I saved her when she was a child. Now she stands before me as a galactic commander. 15 years ago, I found her huddled behind a collapsed transport pod, her small blue hands clutching a shard of metal, like it could protect her from the war raging above. She couldn't have been more than 6. Her skin glowed faintly under the twin suns, and her silver hair was matted with ash. Around her, the ruins of her colony smoked, broken by the latest in a long line of senseless skirmishes between humans and the Karel. I should have kept moving, but something in her eyes stopped me. Not fear, not even pain. Defiance. So I crouched, offered her my hand, and said, "You're safe now. I promise." She didn't speak, but she took my hand, and I never forgot her. Now she stood in front of me again, taller than I remembered, graceful, powerful. Her once small hands now rested behind her back in perfect military posture. An insignia on her chest glinted in the lights of the Terran Command Council, commander of the Unified Galactic Fleet. And I was just a tired ex-soldier in a battered uniform, called back in for an intelligence consult I never expected to matter. She looked right at me and said, "Advisor Marcus Thorne, you saved my life." I blinked. "I what?" Her voice was firm, cold, but there was something underneath it. Something trembling. "Karel, orphan, found on Alaxis 4. You lifted the beam yourself. You carried me to safety. You fed me from your rations for 3 days. I memorized your name. I didn't know you remembered." "I never forgot," she said, "and I swore I would repay it." She dismissed the others in the chamber with a simple nod. Only I remained. She stepped closer, her face unreadable. "You once told me I was safe," she said. "It was the first lie I ever forgave. I meant it." "I know," she whispered. "That's why I fought so hard to become something." She turned to the viewport where the galaxy spun in slow motion. My species was scattered, hated. Yours wasn't much better. But I rose. I united fleets. I made peace from shattered bones. And I always thought someday I'd stand before you. You didn't have to prove anything to me. She glanced over her shoulder. No, but I had to prove it to myself. We walked the halls of the command vessel in silence. She told me how she'd trained among humans and Karel alike, how she had hidden her identity for years, wearing fake ranks, learning twice as much, speaking half as often. "I used your name as a code," she admitted. "When I was afraid, I remembered it. Marcus Thorne, the human who gave me his jacket and whispered joke while lasers rained from the sky." I laughed. I forgot the joke. "I didn't," she said. "It was terrible." We both laughed then. For the first time since I arrived, she looked less like a commander and more like the child I remembered. She brought me to the war table. An active conflict brewed near the Renvex cluster. Old wounds flaring again. "I need someone I trust," she said. "Someone who sees both sides. I'm not a hero. You were to me." I stared at her. She wasn't asking because of politics. She was asking because, despite all her power and glory, part of her still remembered a hand reaching through fire to pull her free. Later that night, as we watched the stars from her private chamber, she finally asked the question I knew had been coming. "Do you regret it?" "Saving you." She nodded. "Never," I said. She turned toward me slowly. I wondered if I wasn't supposed to survive, if maybe the galaxy would have been better if I hadn't. "You changed it," I said. "You saved thousands." "I did," she whispered, "but I think it was to repay one." I stepped closer. "You don't owe me anything, Commander." She raised an eyebrow. "You still call me that? Would you prefer something else?" There was a long pause. Then, so softly I almost missed it. "Just my name." Her name was Saren. And when she spoke it aloud for me that night, it wasn't in command. It was in memory and in hope